News of the day. So it's Monday, which means that we're going to see some fallout from things that happened on the weekend. And the first piece of fallout would seem to be Michael Hutchinson being waived by the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think that it gets overanalyzed. I'm going to say this. I've said the whole way through, I don't think Hutchinson is more than a fill-in. He's ideally a number 3 goaltender, which is what he was in Florida. It's what he ended up being in Winnipeg. And then Toronto decided to make him the backup because Sparks fell apart. Now, for people who want to say, oh, well, they shouldn't have got rid of Sparks. And I've seen a couple people saying that. I'm not saying it's a widely held belief. Sparks isn't the number 2 guy in Vegas either. And now Kaskasuo's being called up. He says he's good to go because, of course, he does. I would love to see an interview with a player someday where they go, are you ready to be called up? And he goes, no, I'm nowhere near ready. What, you don't want me on that team. I would just mess everything up. It's not going to happen. That being said, the reality is Hutchinson was starting back-to-back games. The Leafs were playing horrible in front of him in most of the games he was in. So yeah, his stats are poor, but the games he was playing in, he was facing a lot of pretty darn good chances. So it's a tough situation for Hutchinson. He's going to get moved down. I can't see him being claimed because I don't look at any team in the NHL and say Michael Hutchinson would be an improvement over that backup. And again, it's not throwing shade at a guy. It's just he's gone through waivers before. He cleared waivers last year for Florida, and I don't see any reason why he won't clear again. Mitch Marner's going to be out a minimum of 4 weeks. I mentioned this yesterday when I was talking about Toronto. And yeah, 4 weeks. It's a long time to be without Mitch Marner. So for Toronto, we'll see how things turn out for them. 3 stars of the week, according to the NHL. Anders Nilsson of the Senators is your first star of the week. Austin Matthews, number 2, and Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche is number 3. So Matthews, I think, is the first player that's been a top 3 star of the week twice so far this season, I think. But yeah, so good for them, and Nilsson's been fantastic for the Senators. St. Louis has brought in Troy Brouwer and Jamie McGinn. They're signed tryouts, and if you're wondering why, well, General Manager Armstrong's pointed out that they were down to 12 NHL forwards with injuries that have been going on, and he felt not enough of the mat experience. So yes, he could bring up Kyrou, he could bring up Kostin, but he didn't think that was smart because you end up with not enough guys who have NHL level experience. So he's not making any promises that Brouwer and McGinn are going to stick around long term. He doesn't know where they fit into the lineup or when, but he wanted to have guys there. It's just a tryout. They're not officially contracted players yet. I get the feeling they will be, though, because they need NHL level experience. And for Brouwer, it's nice to see him in a Blues jersey again, even if it is just at practice. So we'll see what happens with the Blues from there. Connor McDavid yesterday became the 8th player to score 400 points before his 23rd birthday. McDavid's run absolutely amazing. And keep in mind, this is despite him missing about half of a season due to injury in that time before his 23rd birthday, or else he would have got there much quicker. So McDavid continues to put up amazing totals, which is overshadowed by his line mate and good friend Leon Draisaitl. I don't think they care between the two of them who scores more points. I could see Draisaitl winning the Art Ross and McDavid winning the Hart Trophy, and everybody being happy about that. And sort of related Oilers news, Jesse Puljärvi is telling Finnish newspapers and whatnot that he expects to play the whole season in Finland. I don't read a whole lot into that because honestly, at this point, he's probably like, you know what, it's been over a month. I'll stay here. I don't think I'm going anywhere. It doesn't mean he's not coming back to the NHL if the Oilers find a trade partner. Just means that mentally he's saying, all right, I'm here. This is where I'm playing. This is my team. And this is it for now. So I don't have a problem with him saying that. I think it's fine. Next year, the Dallas Stars will be retiring the number 56 of Sergei Zubov. Of course, he's going into the Hall of Fame. It's one of those number retirements that I look at and I go, well, yeah. I don't know that Zubov's number would be retired no matter what. The fact that it's number 56 kind of makes it easier. When a guy wears a single-digit jersey, whether it's 4, 7, 6, you might be a little more hesitant about retiring it. But when it's 56, you go, oh, yeah. It's like when the league retired the number 99, and it was made as this big deal. And I thought, well, nobody else is going to wear 99. Nobody else ever wants to wear 99 again. So it was a pretty safe number to retire. It's not like it put anybody else out in the NHL. And for Zubov, I don't think anybody else was going to wear the number 56 in Dallas. I can't think of anybody who's worn it. It's an odd enough number as it is. So it'll be fun to see that get retired. Justin Abdelkader's out at least 3 weeks for the Detroit Red Wings on injury news and whatnot. So we'll see how that affects them going forward. Abdelkader's contract's been an issue for a long time. You've had the feeling, and I've had the feeling that if they could move him, they probably would have prior to now, but he'll be out for the next 3 weeks. We'll see how things turn out. Torrey Krug's out with an upper body injury. The timetable's unknown right now. I even went on to the old Twitter machine there and tried to see if there was any kind of update, and Bruce Cassidy didn't have much of anything today, which is troubling. They've called up Vakanainen to kind of be an injury replacement, and we'll see how long he's called up for. If Krug's out for an extended period of time, that really affects the Bruins on their special teams. That'll affect their offense greatly. He's very good at distributing the puck. Their best offensive defenseman. So, fingers crossed on that one. Speaking of fingers crossed, if you're a Pens fan, Crosby will miss the 2-game road trip. And they're not saying anything else. Just that it's a lower body injury, and that's it. And there's even some reading into it that Mike Sullivan won't rule out that it's a long-term injury, which makes people think, so it's going to be a long-term injury then, or they just don't know yet. So, Crosby's going to be out for the next couple of games, which means that I'm pretty sure they're playing the Rangers and the Devils on that trip. That'll be good news for Rangers and Devils fans. Unless you're going to the game and you really wanted to see Sid the Kid, in which case it sucks. But, yeah, this is going to be a real challenge for the Pittsburgh Penguins going forward. Speaking of teams that have been challenged, and we're going to end on this for today, Mikko Rantanen has been skating on his own today. I saw the video footage, again, using the old Twitter machine. Non-contact jersey, skating before practice, but it's a good sign. It's a good sign that Rantanen's out there skating because Colorado desperately needs him back. So we'll see if that happens sooner or later. If him being on skates means that he's a couple of weeks out or what's going on, but that's good news. It's good news at a time where Colorado fans are likely panicking that what's going to happen next. Well, maybe what happens next is you get Rantanen back and things start getting better. But there you go. That's the news of the day for now. We haven't heard anything about Foligno yet. Once we do, I'll do a video on that and we will discuss it. It is a phone-in discussion that he's going to have, so when you have to call the league and you don't have to be there in person, it can't be more than 5 games. So again, I'm sticking with my prediction that it'll be 2 or 3 games for Foligno. With it being by phone, it could be 1. It could, but I'm thinking 2 or 3. But we'll see. It's very unpredictable, this NHL, when it comes to suspensions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this or anything else going on in the NHL in the comment section. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.